Good morning, and welcome to the Spring 2022 Commencement. I am Daniela Martinez, the president of the Women's Glee Club. I'm from Grandville, Michigan, and I'll be graduating today with a bachelor's degree in political science and history. The Women's Glee Club was founded in 1893, and we are composed of singers from all majors and departments. We're focused on musical excellence and upholding the values of our communities.
My name is Matthew Lichtinger, and I'm the president of the Men's Glee Club. I'm from Findlay, Ohio, and today we'll be graduating with a bachelor's degree in computer engineering and a minor in music. The Men's Glee Club is the second oldest collegiate choir in the nation and the oldest student organization here at Michigan, having been founded in 1859. I joined the group as a freshman in 2018 and have been singing bass for the past 4 years. On behalf of all my fellow graduates, I would like to welcome you all to Spring Commencement, and at this time, invite you to stand, if you are able, for the singing of our national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the
Good morning, everybody. Good morning. I'm Susan Collins, Provost and Professor of Public Policy and Economics, and it is truly a pleasure to welcome you to this morning's commencement ceremony. Please join me in thanking the men's and women's glee clubs for their lovely rendition of the Star-Spangled Banner. Thank you. How wonderful to be here together in person in the big house to celebrate the achievements of our graduates. We honor the class of 2020 this morning, and we also welcome and honor graduates from we honor the class of 2022 this morning, and we also honor and welcome graduates from 2020 and 2021 who have joined us and those who are here with us virtually as well. Graduates, we are so proud of you. Let us also recognize the love and support that family and friends have provided, helping all of our students become graduates today. Thank you. Thank you to our friends and family. Graduates, you have completed your studies, a considerable accomplishment, and now you are ready to move on to new work and new places. I too will soon be leaving Ann Arbor. As president of the Federal Reserve Bank of Boston, I'll be working outside of higher education. And this has led me to reflect on education and learning and the role that they play throughout our lives. I am confident that in your time here, you've experienced the thrill of discovery, learned something new that piqued your interest and led you to dig more deeply into the subject, often engaging with others along the way. And so I encourage you to find ways to continue this type of learning wherever your lives may take you. Learning requires curiosity, something Michigan students and alumni have in great measure. You're eager to explore and understand the world, its history, its physical properties, many cultures, the universe beyond it. We know that you want to help shape the future, and so you test ideas and approaches that will enable you to do so. And so I encourage you to go where your curiosity leads you throughout your lives. Curiosity is important, but by itself not sufficient. As you've experienced here, learning is also hard work. Even when you're building on your strengths, it requires persistence, slogging away at that problem set, rewriting a paper, redoing an experiment, practicing that piece of music over and over and over and over. Small steps perhaps, but essential contributions to learning. Sustained effort helps us develop the discipline and the expertise to dig deeply into something, to develop an idea into something that matters. And so I encourage you to remember the joy that comes from mastering something that's hard. As we've learned over the past 2 years, persistence contributes to resilience and to innovation. Through this very challenging time, you've kept working, often in new ways, and we're so proud of all you've accomplished. You adjusted to virtual education and welcomed ways that enabled you to connect with people around the world. You took advantage of new technology to move beyond the isolation and the constraints of distancing. You've designed solar cars. You've choreographed dances. You've honed your nursing skills. You've tutored school children. In so many ways, you have made a difference. And your ability to rise above the many challenges of the pandemic has set a standard for all of us. Finally, a critical component of continuous learning is finding and following your passion, enabling you to love what you do. You've had many opportunities here to discover what engages you and brings you intellectual excitement through your courses, research opportunities, student organizations, community engagement, your performances, and so much more. You've explored many fields of study and possible future paths, and discovered what you care deeply about, and connected with people who share your passions. This is a key to success in life. As you go forward, I encourage you to combine your curiosity and your passion with your ability to work hard and persist in the face of challenges. Being a lifelong learner in this way will enable you to lead lives that are filled with meaning, value, and joy. And that, Michigan graduates, is our deepest wish for each of you. Thank you, and go Blue. Throughout our history, the authority to grant degrees has been vested in the University of Michigan Board of Regents, and we're pleased to recognize those members of the board who are with us today. And they'll stand as I call their names, and we'll recognize them when all are standing. Michael J. Beam, Grand Blanc. Mark J. Bernstein, Ann Arbor. Paul W. Brown, Ann Arbor. Sarah Hubbard, Okemos. Denise Illich, Bingham Farms, and Catherine E. White, Ann Arbor. Thank you. I also want to extend deep appreciation to the faculty members serving as our marshals at our ceremony today. And now it is my pleasure to invite Regent White to come to the lectern.
I don't really need this, I don't think. But thanks. Good morning and congratulations, graduates. The Regents Citation of Honor is conferred by the Board of Regents upon individuals who have made extraordinary contributions to the life and welfare of the university, or by unusual or unique accomplishment or service merit the approbation of the Board of Regents. And the Board of Regents has unanimously voted at our March board meeting to honor outgoing Provost Collins with the Regents Citation of Honor for her extraordinary service during extraordinary times. It is my honor to invite Susan M. Collins to the lectern to be recognized. Provost Collins, the Board of Regents joins the university community in expressing our deep appreciation for your many contributions as a scholar, academic leader, and public servant. We congratulate you on your appointment to the Federal Reserve Bank of Boston as the incoming President and CEO, and are confident that you will bring to this crucial and prestigious position the energy, vision, and wisdom that have characterized all your endeavors at Michigan and throughout your career. The University of Michigan is proud to present to you the Regents Citation of Honor. Congratulations. Today, we are also honored to have retired U.S. Army Major General Arthur Bartell, a decorated officer, member of the University of Michigan class of 1977, and very proud Michigan alumnus, with us to commission the graduates of our Reserve Officer Training Corps, the ROTC. Thank you, General Bartell, for your service leadership and for being with us on this incredible special occasion, and welcome back to campus.
Thank you, Regent White. I am a proud alumnus of the University of Michigan, and it is a true honor to be here today with you. I'd like to acknowledge all those among us who have been part of the U.S. military, our veterans, active duty service members, guardsmen, and reservists. If you are able, please stand and be recognized. Cadets and midshipmen, please rise, raise your right hand, and repeat after me. I state your name.
I,
Do solemnly swear or affirm
do solemnly swear
that I will support and defend
that I will support and defend
the Constitution of the United States
the Constitution of the United States
against all enemies, foreign and domestic,
against all enemies, foreign and domestic,
that I will bear true faith and allegiance to the same,
that I will bear true faith and allegiance to the same,
that I take this obligation freely
that I take this obligation freely
without any mental reservation or purpose of evasion,
without any mental reservation or purpose of evasion,
and that I will well and faithfully
and that I will well and faithfully
discharge the duties
discharge the duties
of the office upon which I am about to enter.
of the office upon which I am about to enter.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Congratulations to the newest lieutenants and ensigns in the United States military. Well done. Michigan proud, Wolverine strong. Go blue.
Good morning. My name is Nick Berdar. I am from Pleasanton, California, and I will be receiving a Bachelor of Science degree in Neuroscience and Psychology. When I arrived at Michigan 4 years ago, I had a passion for psychology and specifically mental health advocacy, but I wasn't sure how to fully embrace it. And over time, I found ways to become involved and to pursue my passions. Through coursework, research, and student organizations like Wolverine Support Network, a mental health organization that supports over 600 students each semester. And now, as I look back, I can see how so many of my peers also found ways to transform their passions into reality. We came here to learn, engage, and grow. But more importantly, we came here to learn how to change the world, and that's pretty amazing. Reflecting on our passions, I began to wonder what it is that led us to follow our dreams to this extent. What is it that leads us to want to go on to do amazing things, and what is it that keeps us going? And I've concluded that it's resilience. And if you asked me to define resilience 4 years ago, I would have probably painted a beautiful picture, one of strength, triumph, and overcoming the odds. And while this definition wasn't necessarily wrong, my definition has changed. Resilience isn't just the rainbow that comes after the storm. It's the entire storm, from the pouring rain to the wet shoes. Resilience was the countless mornings we woke up and realized that we were still living through a pandemic. Throughout the loss and grief, we continued to join our classes virtually, meet with our student orgs, and keep our community safe. While there were long days and moments where it seemed like it couldn't get any worse, and sometimes did, our resilience pushed us to follow our dreams and surpass our limits, even in the midst of unforeseen obstacles. The truth is, as we go out to change the world, we may fail, and we will need to draw upon that resilience again to follow our dreams. Michigan is a place where we grew, prospered, and displayed unimaginable amounts of resilience. It's this resilience that gives me the utmost confidence that whatever life throws at us and wherever we go, we will overcome those challenges, we will change the world, and we will always go blue. Thank you. It is now my honor to introduce Dr. Ann Curzan, Dean of the College of Literature, Science, and the Arts, an Arthur F. Thurnow Professor, and the Geneva Smitherman Collegiate Professor of English, Language, and Literature.
It is nourishing to my soul to be here in the big house with all of you in 3 dimensions, dressed from head to toe with shoes and everything. It's humbling also to be with the people on this stage, President Coleman, Provost Collins, my fellow deans, our honorees and speakers. I'm Ann Curzan, and it is my honor to serve as the Dean of the college, the truly remarkable college that we affectionately call LSA, the College of Literature, Science, and the Arts here at the University of Michigan. To the class of 2022, on behalf of the faculty and staff in the College of Literature, Science, and the Arts, congratulations. We have been through a lot together, and that is officially my understatement of this address. And we are so proud and delighted to be able to celebrate with you today. And to the families and friends of the class of 2022, thank you for all of the support and encouragement that you have given these graduates as they have successfully, resiliently navigated their way to this milestone. I remember sitting at my own college graduation, listening to speakers like me congratulate us and thinking, does no one realize that many of us are low-key freaking out right now? Not that I could have asked the question that way because I didn't have the slang expression low-key, as in low-key freaking out, at the time. I just learned that in the past few years from undergraduates here at U of M. As many of you know, I'm a professor of English and linguistics, and I'm always collecting new slang from students. It is one of the many gifts of getting to spend one's professional life with younger people who are the movers and shakers of so many things. But back to low-key freaking out at graduation. Graduation was both exciting, we had made it, and terrifying. What if I wasn't good at the next thing? What exactly was the next thing? Even those of you who have jobs or graduate schools lined up may well be facing this moment with some apprehension. What if the next thing doesn't work out? Or somehow the next thing isn't good enough compared with what other people are doing? As I sat there at my own graduation, I felt like if we did the whole look to your left, look to your right thing, it was not going to go well for me in terms of who had a life plan. I was a linguistics major who was weeks away from leaving for Central China, where I was going to teach English for 2 years. I had no idea how that was going to become part of some grander life plan. It was a puzzle piece, and I didn't have a puzzle box to show me what the whole puzzle might look like. And people asked me at graduation, they honestly did, and this may be happening to some of you, well, what are you going to do after that? And my answer was, I have no idea. Looking back now, I would not trade those 2 years for anything. I learned a new language, I learned about another culture, I learned how to teach with some deeply generous students who forgave a lot of rookie mistakes. I learned how to make homemade dumplings, and I learned a lot about myself and what gave me purpose. When I went to China, I had no idea how this would serve me in the long run. I did not realize that I'd be teaching for the rest of my career. Now it looks really logical, as if I knew that this would be the first chapter of my teaching career, and it would give me space and time to figure out what was next. But that's how stories work. We get to tell them afterwards, when we can find a through line, and they don't sound nearly as haphazard and anxiety-provoking as they were when we lived through them. When I was sitting in your seat, I wish that someone had said to me what I firmly believe now, which is that life has chapters, and this is a really good thing. Here at your graduation, you're at a chapter break, and chapter breaks always come with question marks about what's next. Question marks filled with possibilities, hopes, and some low or high key freaking out. But in a life well lived, you get to and should challenge yourself with the new. You'll go into some chapters with a plan, which may or may not be what actually happens, and some really good parts of chapters will happen on accident. And yes, I did just say on accident. I am actually a by-accident speaker, but the younger people here who are on-accident speakers are going to outlive those of us who are by-accident speakers, and you are going to win. The key is that you don't need to know the whole story and how it's going to end. You just have to decide on what will make an interesting and worthwhile next chapter. And that chapter can be as long or as short as you want or need it to be. And please remember that it's your story. This is not a competition with the person to your right and to your left. Find what brings you energy, what gives you purpose, and live that. Figure out which corner of the world, small or big, you want to make better, and do that. The crises we face today, from climate change to racial injustice to war and threats to democracy, can feel overwhelming in scale. But know that each of our contributions does add up. It's how change happens. The degree that you are earning today is a formal way for us to observe the end of this chapter in your lives. Think of who you were at the start of this chapter. Arriving at Michigan as a first-year student or a transfer student, what you knew, what you valued, what freaked you out. Think of how you've grown, the ideas and people that have ignited your mind and your heart. As you prepare for your next chapter, know that we, your teachers, your families, your friends, are proud and confident in you. You've spent this chapter growing and learning. Whatever comes next, you are ready, and we need you. Class of 2022, a heartfelt congratulations, and go blue.
On behalf of the faculty of the University of Michigan, I want to offer you my warmest congratulations and celebrate with you on this momentous milestone. My name is Alan Liu, and I'm a faculty member in the College of Engineering and Literature and Arts, and chair of the Faculty Senate. We're living in a very challenging time with major societal issues. We're just getting out of a pandemic that has drastically changed the way we live our lives the past couple of years, the way students learn, and the way teachers taught. We're facing social justice issues in racial, sexuality, and gender discrimination. We're seeing impacts of climate change and more severe weather patterns. More recently, we're witnessing Russia's unprovoked aggression against Ukraine that is causing massive loss of lives and injury to civilians. These are just some of the stressors that we had to contend with while living our lives in today's world. You might ask, what is the value of education? To quote Dr. Maria Montessori, three-time nominee for Nobel Peace Prize, preventing conflicts is the work of politics. Establishing peace is the work of education. Regardless of your field of discipline, whether in social sciences, humanities, life sciences, business, engineering, arts, or physical sciences, your education at the University of Michigan ultimately prepares you to be a critical and inquisitive thinker. As you enter the society as a Michigan graduate and embark on your chosen careers, you carry a social responsibility to advocate and promote civil discourse. This is a fundamental value that we all must share to support societal goods and to achieve peace. Congratulations again on your incredible journey at Michigan, and wish you all the very best in your future endeavors. Go Blue! I'm delighted to now introduce our second student speaker, Lindsay Anderson from Byron Center, Michigan, who is receiving her doctoral of dental surgery degree from the School of Dentistry. Congratulations and best wishes, Lindsay.
Thank you, Professor Liu, for your warm introduction. I often reflect on these hallowed colors, maize and blue. They pulse through me, and they've shaped me into the woman and doctor I am today. 11 years ago, I started what truly became a journey of scholarship and self-discovery, weaving through my bachelor's, master's, and now professional education here at the University of Michigan. And if you can believe it, I've still never stepped on the block M in the diag. I'm grateful for so many fantastic experiences, including working as the dental director at a U of M student-run free clinic that serves low-income individuals, volunteering at the Food Gatherers Community Kitchen, and pursuing my other passion, ballroom and Latin dancing, here on the U of M ballroom team. This summer, I begin my 3-year residency in orthodontics here at Michigan. And when my residency concludes, I will have spent 14 years as a student on this campus. As you've undoubtedly experienced yourself, any journey is not without its difficulties or missteps. Often there are inexplicable trials and tribulations laid before us, which require grit, resilience, and making tough decisions. Each of us has worked through and learned from these unique educational and personal challenges in our time here. And we gather together today to celebrate this growth and who we have become. Reflecting on these myriad experiences, I've found time and time again that this community, this team, this family, can raise you up to achieve greatness in any goal you strive to fulfill in your life. That being said, I'm proud of the perseverance and dedication it took to achieve my lifelong dream of becoming a dentist. And I'm proud to have a Black M behind each and every milestone it took to get here. I ask that you too take stock of your maize and blue experiences, and my hope is that you find your pride in the person this university has shaped you to become. The University of Michigan truly is a family, bonded by the maize and blue, and it will forever be our home. Thank you. It is now my privilege to introduce the 13th President of the University of Michigan, President Mary Sue Coleman.
Thank you, Lindsay, and congratulations. Good morning. Congratulations, graduates. You did it. Yay! Woo! Just as remarkable as today's graduates themselves are their families for their unconditional love and encouragement they have provided through the years. I want to thank these families, the parents and grandparents, aunts, uncles, and siblings. Your students are beyond impressive. Thank you for sharing them with us and in doing so, enriching our university. Graduates, please join me in applauding your families for everything they have done to make this celebration possible. Yay! Woo! Graduates, today is the final time you walked into the big house as Michigan students. When you leave, you will do so as Michigan alumni. You'll say goodbye to a period of your life that can never be repeated and one that you will never forget for its uncertainty. Not only have you earned a degree from one of the country's most rigorous universities, you've earned a degree from one of the country's most rigorous universities during a global pandemic. It's been an incredibly unsettling time. A few weeks ago, our musical theater students staged a production of the show Hair. Yay! This is a rock musical that grew out of another turbulent, unsettled time in the 1960s. I remember it from when I was in graduate school, and your grandparents may remember it too. Its theme is timeless. The lead character is a young man named Claude, and he is wrestling with what to do with his life. The country is dealing with racial unrest, sexual morals are shifting, young men are being drafted to fight in an unpopular war. Claude can't decide whether to wait for his number to be called to prepare for Vietnam, or to burn his draft card and drop out of society with all of its obligations. He's torn. I don't want to be a dentist, Claude says, or a lawyer, or a bomb, or an IBM machine, or a rock and roll hero, or a movie star. I just want to have lots of money. He's not the first young person to say that. Claude also wants to be invisible, a free spirit of sorts, who merely drifts in and out of people's lives. Claude is hardly the first young person to feel anxious about the future and their place in it. Young or old, none of us knows what will happen tomorrow or the day after, or how we will make a difference in the world. But these last few years, the days and nights you spent as a student have been a revelation. We've faced a public health challenge unlike anything the world has seen in a century. The pandemic disrupted your studies and stole from your social lives. It made planning all but impossible. It divided our society over vaccines and masks and rules of behavior. At its worst, COVID robbed us of loved ones and left others with long-term health challenges, unemployment, and depleted bank accounts. This anxiety and loss have unfolded in tandem with a long overdue reckoning about race and the treatment of African Americans and people of color in this country. We've seen senseless deaths of everyday citizens: George Floyd, Breonna Taylor, Patrick Loyola, and too many others with black and brown skin. We should all grieve for the loss of their promise and potential, and the travesty of their deaths must drive us to create a more just society. It's been difficult, emotional, and sobering, and the work has really just begun. So it's been a hard few years to be a college student preparing to enter the world on edge. But I want to believe these difficult days also have brought some clarity to the dilemma of what should matter in your lives. That course correction we have undergone has given greater emphasis to balancing careers and lives, happiness, health, family. This is what truly matters. It may sound simple, but happiness, health, and family should also be at the core of your being. I think of the words of the poet Mary Oliver. Tell me, she asks, what is it you plan to do with your one wild and precious life? You have a University of Michigan education. If we've done our jobs as faculty and administrators, you have the critical thinking skills to succeed. Maybe you're planning on graduate school or have already lined up a new job. Perhaps you're starting your own business. Maybe you just don't know what comes after today. There was a point in my career when I faced a decision about what to do next. I was a professor of biochemistry and had envisioned a life working in the lab and mentoring students. But I was given the opportunity to leave that behind and become an administrator. Now, most college faculty frown upon administration and equate it with going to the dark side. But I wanted to experience a different aspect of the university, and you know what? I enjoyed it. I really enjoyed it, and I was good at it. I was making a difference, and it made me happy, and I've never regretted my choice. The decision to reverse the trajectory of my career has made it possible for me to stand here as president of this great university and tell you how important it is to find balance and purpose. What will you do with your one wild and precious life? You leave here today with energy and enthusiasm and the accomplishment of earning a Michigan degree. Everyone on this platform and in this stadium wants you to succeed professionally, and we know you will. But at the same time, never forget what truly matters in your life and the lives of others, regardless of your salary, your title, or your zip code. Whatever your choice is, seek out and celebrate your happiness. Take care of your physical and mental health because it will sustain you. And always, always give priority to those you love and who love you. We're all moving to a new normal. We don't know what to expect other than life will be different. You may make lots of money, or be a free spirit, or try a new job. Maybe you'll work for a nonprofit to find ways to protect our planet. Whatever your choices, always know that your one wild and precious life is just that. So make it a happy, healthy one filled with purpose, surrounded by those you cherish most. And please, come back to campus and tell us about your lives, because your success and impact are what give purpose to our mission as a university. It has certainly been my honor to come back to campus. I served as president from 2002 to 2014, and I never imagined I would have the opportunity to address another exceptional graduating class. It's been an unusual experience for all of us. I want to thank the students for welcoming me as president and reminding me what I have always known, that it's great to be a Michigan Wolverine. In the past, I've always closed my commencement remarks with the same words. While I did not anticipate the honor of celebrating the class of 2022, it is a privilege for me to say once again, for today, goodbye. For tomorrow, good luck. And forever, go blue.
A, B, C, D, E, F, G. A, B, C. Easy as 1, 2, 3. As simple as do, re, mi. A, B, C. 1, 2, 3. Baby, you and me. 2, 3, 4. Let me tell you now. Don't you want you back? But I got you to my side. Those pretty faces always made you stand out. So I back you from my body. That's all I took. Now it's much too late for me to take a second look. Woo! Baby, give me one more chance. Show you that I love you. Would you please let me back in your heart? Darling, I was trying to let you go, baby. Now since I see you in his arms, hold you back. Yes, I do now. Hold you back. Ooh, baby. Hold you back. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Hold you back. Na 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 na. This fool let go. She never ever knew what I got before he except after seeing why she was too makes one. Now. Teacher. All about love, dear. All about love. Put yourself down and take a seat. All you gotta do is repeat after me. A, B, C. Easy as 1, 2, 3. Simple as do, re, mi. A, B, C. 1, 2, 3. Baby, you and me. A, B, C. Easy as 1, 2, 3. Simple as do, re, mi. A, B, C. 1, 2, 3. Baby, you and do. You and I have made a pact. We must bring salvation back. Where there is love, I'll be there. I'll reach out my hand to you. I'll have faith in all you do. Just call my name and I'll be do the twist. Now tell me, baby, do you like it like this? Do you like it like this? Do you love me? I'm in the mood. Do you love me? I'm in the groove. Do you love me? Do you love me? Now that I can dance. Watch me now. Hey!
Thank you for that wonderful performance by Blue Note Vocal Ensemble. By the authority of the state of Michigan, vested in the Board of Regents, we shall now confer degrees honoris causa, which have been recommended by the faculties and authorized by the Regents of the university. Members of the Board of Regents will present the honorary degree recipients. Regent Denise Illich.
Madam President, I have the honor to present Barry Gordy to receive an honorary degree. Mr. Gordy is not able to join us in person, but we are thrilled to honor him today. Mr. Gordy, Motown's success and numerous contributions to culture and the arts in Michigan, our nation, and the world are a tribute to you and the talents you developed in others. You produced works of art that helped unify the races and change the course of popular music. Your emphasis on hard work and discipline as the key to artistic success continues to inspire creative people of all ages. The University of Michigan is pleased to present to you the honorary degree, Doctor of Music.
By the authority of the state of Michigan, vested in the Board of Regents, and by them delegated to me, I now confer upon you, Barry Gordy, the degree Doctor of Music, and admit you to all of its rights, honors, and privileges.
Hello, Michigan. I am so proud to accept this very special award from my home state, an honorary doctorate in music from the great University of Michigan. Wow. Thank you, President Coleman, Board of Regents, and everybody involved. And congratulations, graduates. You've accomplished so much. My mother always told me nothing you learn is ever wasted. And as a kid, I was not the best student, but I wanted so bad to be special. So I learned my ABCs backwards. It worked. Everybody was so impressed to hear me rattle them off backwards. What they didn't know was I had trouble saying them frontwards. But what I was really proud of growing up was my music. The first song I wrote was called You Are You. It was about the importance of being yourself. One of the great themes of my life, because there's no one exactly like any of us. So strive to be the best you can be. And you just might find your own Motown. Never let anyone's limitations limit you. Always be confident and cool. Which reminds me, one night the Beverly Hills police pulled me over because they thought I might be driving under the influence. I wasn't. But I had a little wine, so I had to be cool. They told me to walk a straight line, I did. They told me to touch my nose, I did. Then one asked, can you say your ABCs? Sure, I said, frontwards or backwards. Okay, wise guy, he said, do it backwards. So I rattled them off, backwards. They were stunned, and sure enough, they let me go. So you see, nothing you learn is ever wasted. So go on, you graduates, enjoy all those great things coming your way. But it wouldn't hurt to remember. ZYXWVUTSRQPONMLKJIHGFEDCBA. Thank you.
Regent Sarah Hubbard. Regent Hubbard.
So enamored with Mr. Gordy. Thank you. Madam President, I have the honor to present Thomas C. Holt to receive an honorary degree. Professor Holt, as the premier scholar and historian of the African diaspora and a pivotal academic leader, you've left your mark on Michigan and nationally in the discipline of history and the professional lives of students and colleagues. Your deep research, elegant writing, and compassionate perspective, hallmarks of a liberal arts education, demonstrate how a life devoted to scholarship can lead to change through the production of new knowledge and new ways of knowing. The University of Michigan is proud to present you the honorary degree, Doctor of Humane Letters.
By the authority of the state of Michigan, vested in the Board of Regents, and by them delegated to you, upon you, Thomas Holt, the degree Doctor of Humane Letters, and admit you to all of its rights, honors, and privileges.
I wish to express my gratitude to the Board of Regents and President Coleman for this honor, and my congratulations to this year's graduating class. I'm particularly moved because this occasion reminds me of another graduation ceremony in the spring of 1987, when this university was among the first to grant a similar honor to Nelson Mandela, who was then still imprisoned in South Africa. That bold gesture was made possible by the efforts of students just like you. I hope that, like them, you will strive to use what you have learned at this great university to right wrongs and promote justice through whatever endeavors you might pursue.
Regent Michael Beam.
Madam President, I have the honor to present Maria M. Clave to receive an honorary degree. Dr. Clave, through your research contributions to mathematics and computer science and prowess as an academic leader, you are reshaping mathematics and computer science education. You have also encouraged more students from diverse backgrounds to consider careers in computer science and other technical fields. A strong advocate and role model for women in mathematics and engineering, you inspire students to aim high and educators to work creatively to achieve inclusiveness and equity for K-12 education and beyond. The University of Michigan proudly presents to you the honorary degree, Doctor of Engineering.
By the authority of the state of Michigan vested in the Board of Regents and by them delegated to me, I now confer upon you, Maria M. Clave, the degree Doctor of Engineering, and admit you to all of its rights, honors, and privileges.
I'm deeply honored to receive an honorary degree from the University of Michigan and join all the others graduating in today's ceremony. Huge congratulations to all the graduates and their families, and best wishes for whatever comes next for you. Completing a degree from the best public university in the world is a huge achievement, and it's a wonderful preparation for the many contributions each of you will make in the future. Congratulations again. Well done.
Regent Mark Bernstein.
Madam President, I have the honor to present William C. Martin to receive an honorary degree. Bill, we're going to ask you to recite the alphabet backwards also. Mr. Martin, your dedication to Ann Arbor, your alma maters, and the advancement of sport and sportsmanship attest to the powerful and positive influence a committed civic leader and business person can have on a community, nation, and the world. By generously sharing your expertise and resources with this university and other institutions, you have become a role model for all who seek to advance the public good and strive to make the world a better place. Bill, you're also a mensch. So, the University of Michigan proudly presents to you the honorary degree, Doctor of Laws. Congratulations.
By the authority of the state of Michigan vested in the Board of Regents and by them delegated to me, I now confer upon you, William C. Martin, the degree Doctor of Laws, and admit you to all of its rights, honors, and privileges. Thank you.
Greetings to the Michigan family and friends. Allow me to thank the Regents and President Mary Sue Coleman and all the faculty and staff for this recognition. Just as it was a privilege to serve as Michigan's athletic director for a decade, it humbles me to think I am deserving of this honor. And to the members of the class of 22, it's a really great day to be a Michigan Wolverine. Great job, you made it. I'm thrilled to be a member of your class. Now go forward with confidence, work hard and play hard. Embrace the world and make it a better place. Do come home to Ann Arbor and Michigan often. Do support your Michigan. Now, this is your day. Go party and go blue.
Regent Paul Brown.
Remember, the weather isn't any better at Harvard. Madam President, I have the honor to present Maria Shriver to receive an honorary degree. Ms. Shriver, like so many in your family, including your uncle, President John F. Kennedy, who came to this campus to inspire a nation to create the Peace Corps, you inspire us with your professional contribution in public service, fueled by the clarity of your mission. To challenge what is, imagine what can be, make a difference, and impact individuals in society in a positive way. You exemplify the commitment and fortitude required to make progress, whether it be fighting Alzheimer's disease or helping women reach their goals, and are a role model for those who seek to advance the public good. The University of Michigan proudly presents to you the honorary degree, Doctorate of Human Letters.
By the authority of the state of Michigan vested in the Board of Regents and by them delegated to me, I now confer upon you, Maria Shriver, the degree Doctor of Humane Letters, and admit you to all of its rights, honors, and privileges. It is my honor to introduce Noor Muniha, of Dearborn, Michigan, a first-generation American who will receive a bachelor's degree in philosophy and Middle East studies. Noor?
Thank you, President Coleman. Hello and Ramadan Kareem to all those observing. My name is Noor Muniha, and I am the product of the Arab and Muslim capital of America, Dearborn, Michigan. Home to the highest concentration of Arabs and Muslims in North America, Dearborn is a vibrantly diverse and unique city. Growing up in Dearborn, I was often comforted by an unspoken shared sense of cultural familiarity which permeated throughout the city. I was one of many people that looked and sounded like me, and it was not until I moved to the University of Michigan that I would be thrusted out of the comfort zone of my hometown. In my first semester living on campus, I was exposed to even more cultures and identities than I had in my prior 18 years of life. In the beginning, such change in environment was difficult, but after sitting in the discomfort of my difference for some time, I began to embrace its existence. Being in a drastically different environment than my hometown, I was propelled to question and come to terms with nearly every facet of my existence. I examined my long-held beliefs on identity, culture, politics, history, religion, and art, to name a few. And through struggle, I conceived a more concrete idea of liberation for myself and my people that I could work towards. This engulfment of difference also birthed a craving for connection in me. As a senior editor for the Michigan in Color section of the Michigan Daily, I engaged with a wide array of brilliant and honest narratives from my peers. I began to notice that the people who I initially perceived to be so drastically different from me were fundamentally not too far off. I recognized shared values, beliefs, pain, struggles, and dreams among me and my classmates. And I identified the unique opportunity for solidarity that our differences pose. Above all, my experience at the University of Michigan has taught me to embrace the existence of difference as the necessary force for positive social change in our globalized world. To my fellow graduates, I urge us all, as we move on in the world and achieve new depths, maintain a perspective that uplifts difference, and do not ever lose sight of that which differentiates you. Difference is a crucial element of life. We must withstand the initial discomfort of difference if we are to ever enjoy its fruits of transformation, solidarity, and ultimately, liberation for all. Thank you. I am now honored to introduce Maria Shriver, an award-winning journalist, best-selling author, NBC News special anchor, and founder of Shriver Media and the Women's Alzheimer's Movement. Welcome, Ms. Shriver.
Hello, good morning, Michigan. Are you as cold as me? Oh my God, heaters up here next time. I am so excited to be here in the big house with all of you to celebrate you, the class of 2022. Now, let me be honest, initially I said no to the request to be your speaker. I said I had a scheduling conflict and that I was already planning to be here next Saturday for my son Christopher's graduation. He was part of the class of 2020, the only class in Michigan history to not have a graduation ceremony. Thank you, COVID. But now, finally, his class will have their own moment to shine here next Saturday. So yes, I said I couldn't possibly come to Ann Arbor 2 weeks in a row. That just felt overwhelming. Like so many, I struggled to keep up with all the demands that life throws at you. But then Coach Harbaugh emailed me, and he said it was really important that I'd come, and you can't say no to the coach. And then President Coleman, the first female president in your university's history, called, and she said the same. When I tried to explain my scheduling conflict to her, she said, hey, I just upended my entire life to come back and lead the university during these uncertain times, so your scheduling conflict, it doesn't really work for me. So then I mentioned all this to my sons over dinner one night. I told them about the kind invitation to speak here and that I didn't think I could or would do it. The looks on their faces said everything. Why would you not do it? They said. It is the coolest thing ever to be invited to speak at the Michigan graduation. They have presidents, governors, Nobel Prize winners. What is wrong with you? I told them about my busy schedule, and they just kind of stared at me the way kids do. And then I confessed how I really felt. I said, look, the truth is I'm worried that the graduates will be disappointed if I'm their speaker. They'll say, isn't she some kid's mom? I mean, Michigan could get anyone. Why'd they pick her? Couldn't we get Tom Brady? I mean, he could talk about retiring from football and then deciding not to retire from football. Or what about Giselle? She could talk about what really sent Tom running back to the Buccaneers. Or what about Steve Ross? He could talk about how to make zillions of dollars. With all this inflation, that's what we really need to know. Or what about actor James Earl Jones? After all, he's a Michigan grad and the voice of Darth Vader. All he'd have to do is walk up here and say, I am your father, and you'd be thrilled. Well, then I realized something as I was sitting one night watching Ukrainian President Zelensky on the news. He stood there with shelling all around him and said, I am not hiding, and I am not afraid of anyone or anything. I took a beat, yeah. As I watched him and took a beat, I said to myself, wow, Maria, you are hiding. You are scared to walk into the big house. What is up with you, girl? Come on. I mean, you've interviewed presidents, criminals, dictators. You were married to the Terminator, for God's sake. You have covered riots, conventions, inaugurations, and given countless speeches before. What are you afraid of? Not being good enough? Embarrassing your son? Are you worried you'll just be compared to your uncle, President John F. Kennedy, who first announced the idea for the Peace Corps in his speech at Michigan? Yeah. Are you afraid you won't have anything valuable or memorable to say to this extraordinary class of young individuals? All of it. All of it. I was terrified. So once I got real, I called President Coleman and said, I'm in. You see, I am a big believer in facing your fears head on. It's how I have found my own courage. It's how I have found my own bravery. It's how I have discovered my truth, and most importantly, it's how I've discovered who I really am. For example, I was terrified to enter into the news business, even though I knew I wanted to be a journalist. In fact, the first time I anchored a live television show, I threw up in the bathroom before, and I threw up when I was done. So I was so convinced I had done a terrible job and that I would never be invited back. I was also afraid to write every book I've ever written, terrified that no one would buy one, and even worse, I was concerned that I'd be humiliated in the public square. I was afraid to become the First Lady of California and be a Democrat and serve in a Republican administration. I was sure I would be ruining everything that my family had fought for and stood for. I was afraid to have children. Sure, I would mess them up. So far, knock on wood, I haven't. I was afraid to get married and even more afraid to leave my marriage and carve out a path for myself at midlife. And for sure, I was thank you. That's a whole other speech for another time. But it's a good one. And I was certainly afraid to become an entrepreneur in my 60s. But if there's one thing I have learned since I was your age, it's that fear can show up at every stage of your life, no matter what you have accomplished. And not pushing through your fear, not pushing through that which scares you, will leave you feeling like you're not brave. It will leave you with an unrealized, unfulfilled version of yourself. And believe me, graduates, that is something to fear. Because to truly know who you are, you cannot hide who you are, not from yourself or from others. And the truth is, most people hide. So that's why I showed up today. I showed up because I didn't want to hide behind my fear. I showed up because it didn't matter whether you knew me or not, or whether I was first, second, or your last choice. That will always happen in life. What matters is that I didn't let the self-doubt keep me from being here. I didn't let imposter syndrome keep me from accepting this honorary degree from the greatest institution in our country, which my son... And on the plane here, my son reminded me that I was worthy of receiving it when I told him, uh-oh, I don't think I'm worthy. He said, Mommy, they wouldn't give it to you if you weren't worthy. What matters is that when I asked myself if I had something valuable to say to you, something that I wish I'd known at your age, the answer turned out to be yes. And what I want you to know today is this: fear and certainty, they're an illusion. So is the belief that you are small, or that someone else is bigger, better, or braver than you, or that someone else knows what's best for you. They don't. Your life, graduates, is best chartered by you, by your heart and your mind. You know what else is an illusion? That success is the brass ring my generation told you it was, or that you should wait to pursue that which lights you up. Do not ever wait to pursue that what makes you feel alive. And the good news is, you don't have to, because your generation has been given the gift of a shredded rule book, a wide open field. So much of what used to be called normal is out the window, and that is actually your gift. In fact, this uncertain moment that you and our world are facing, it's an incredible opportunity for you. And those fears you may be feeling, they're actually a window into your own bravery. And this moment that we are all in, this is a moment for the brave. Graduates, you are not here to do a repeat of your parents' lives or other famous Michigan grads. You are here to live your wildly authentic lives. And it's your authenticity, your determination, your creativity, and your imagination that our society needs most at this very moment. You are the generation that gets to reimagine how we will work, how we will live, and how and who we will love. You get to rebuild our institutions. You get, thank God, to reimagine and rethink our politics. And you get to redefine what success actually looks like and what it means. You get to show the world and each other how to live lives of meaning, belonging, and purpose. So how do you do all this? By really getting to know yourself, by making trusting yourself your top priority. Now that you have a degree in business or psychology or the arts, get a master's in you. Commit to being a lifelong learner of you, because as this world shifts, and it will, so will you. So get curious about your fears. Get to know what's hiding behind them and beneath them. Poke them, prod them, and test them. See fear as your great teacher, and your lifelong companion instead of your enemy. Also, develop a practice that you can use throughout your life to calm those fears and process your feelings and any anxiety that will come up. Myself, I turned to meditation, I turned to expressive writing, and I've turned to my faith. On more than one occasion, I can tell you that my faith has actually saved my life. I've also turned to therapy when I couldn't see my way forward. Don't let anyone ever tell you that therapy is for the weak. It's not. It is a safe space for the strong to work out what scares them. Also, be brave enough in your life to spend time alone with yourself throughout your life. Spending time alone allows you to process how the events of your life have impacted you. This is a practice that will prove helpful when things shift and rupture, which they will, and you have to know how to handle the waves. Most important, you have to believe that you can have what it takes inside of you to survive them, which you do. That's another thing I wish someone had told me at your age. I wish someone had told me that everything I needed to get through my life, to get through my fears and my self-doubt, it was already within me. And that's what I want you to know. What you need, graduates, is already within you. It is not outside of you. It's not in a job or a title. It's not in someone else that's going to come along and make you feel a certain way. You are way stronger than you can imagine. And the best way to access that strength that lives inside of you is to do everything you are afraid of, right now when you graduate and in the future. And I mean everything. So if you are feeling afraid right now or freaking out, congratulations. This is normal. To be afraid is to be human. It means you are awake and aware. In this digital age of AI, AR, and the metaverse, we must not lose sight of the gift of being a multifaceted, alive, feeling human being. I wish I had known that much sooner as well. I wish I had known that fear was more about keeping me small than keeping me safe. I wish I had known that I was brave enough when I spoke up that my fears would actually dissolve. I also wish I had been wise enough to expand my view of bravery in myself and in others. Yes, bravery is what we are seeing in the Ukraine right now. But bravery is also being a journalist and pursuing the truth here at home and abroad. Bravery is standing up to bullies who perpetrate lies here at home and abroad. Bravery is standing up for the democracy your ancestors fought so valiantly for. And as your parents know, bravery is required to raise a child in today's world. That is an understatement. It's also required for getting old in a society that reveres youth. So be compassionate and gentle with your parents as they navigate their own futures, which they actually may be afraid of. Bravery is also having your heart broken and trying again and again at love until maybe you can get it right. It's also saying, I'm not okay and I need help. Bravery is believing you are here for a higher purpose, which you are, and then using your time here on earth to shine a light on others. And speaking of others, we need to be brave enough to drop the judgment of others. We need each other. Your generation is the loneliest in our history, and relying on others and community and each other is the solution that is hiding in plain sight. Right now, Americans are more fearful of one another than ever before, afraid to speak up, terrified of being canceled, afraid for our climate, afraid of anxiety and our own mental health. People are afraid of death, and even worse, afraid of life. Fear is indeed a deadly virus for which there is no vaccine, but the cure is within you. And by embracing that which terrifies you, you will discover the things that make you feel most alive. Now, every decision you will make when you leave here will not work out the way you hope it will. Like me, you will stumble and fall. Like me, you will get fired, perhaps. Like me, you might find yourself doubting and criticizing yourself for choices that you made that went terribly wrong. You'll wonder why you couldn't have just done it the right way. And for sure, you will probably fight your wildness. It will probably scare you, and for sure, it will scare others. But don't let it. In fact, do the opposite. Your fire and your wildness are what enable you to hold your ground as you move through life. Your fire and your wildness are what enable you to live out your values and speak your truth. And now more than ever, we need you, the class of 2022, to speak truth to power and live outside the lines that society has drawn for you. Being brave enough to live out loud is what will keep you from settling. And the truth is, most people settle. They just do. They want comfort, they want safety, they are afraid of their own brilliance and their own power. Many people stay trapped far too long simply because they're too scared to face the unknown, too scared to hurt someone's feelings, too scared to leave and move on. Their fears get the best of them. I get that. But Michigan graduates, you are not most people. You are the most well-educated, diverse, technically savvy generation in this country's history. You are a generation in pursuit of the truth. And we need your energy, your work ethic, your creativity, and your drive. We need you to save our democracy and save our climate. We need you to discover new medicines that can cure Alzheimer's, dementia, MS, cancer, and Parkinson's. And we need you to unite our country that so desperately needs to be united with your thoughts, your words, and your deeds. Because all of this work that I have spoken about today, it's for those who are afraid but take action anyway. It will be accomplished by those who are brave, by those who are bold, and those who are blue. Many years ago, my father, Sergeant Shriver, came here to this university to sign up the very first Peace Corps volunteers. He knew that the students here at Michigan wanted to be a part of changing the world. He was right about you then, and I am right about you today. So graduates, I want you to go forth and lean into the uncertainty and the chaos of this moment. Do not allow it to make you scared or hold you back. At times, you will find yourself alone. But when you do, I hope you will remember this, that most people's stories are a lot like mine. They're filled with great joy, great accomplishments, beautiful families, beauty, and peace. But they are also filled with great heartbreak, unimaginable loss and grief, major stumbles, and dark, dark lows. So whenever you find yourself in one of those dark moments when you can't see forward, I hope you will remember that every life has multiple chapters, and that another one always awaits you on the other side. And remember, you are strong enough to get there. Trust me, graduates, you've got this, no doubt about it. So put your shoulders back, hold your heads up high, and walk through hell like you own the place. Because trust me, life will feel like hell a lot of the time. But go forth and believe in yourself and act as if this world awaits your authenticity, your wildness, your guts, and your bravery, because it does. And I I, for one, cannot wait to see you light the place on fire. Congratulations and go blue. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I'm so proud of the class of 2022. We shall now publicly recognize the candidates for baccalaureate degrees in the schools and colleges of the university. The graduating classes will be presented by their respective deans or dean's representatives in the order of the founding of the schools and colleges. Dean Curzon will begin by presenting the candidates from the College of Literature, Science, and the Arts.
Will the candidates for the degrees offered by the faculty of the College of Literature, Science, and the Arts please rise if you are able? Madam President, Madam President, on behalf of the faculty of the College of Literature, Science, and the Arts, I present the candidates.
On behalf of the Board of Regents of the University of Michigan, congratulations on your graduation, and you may be seated. Interim Associate Dean, Stephen Gay Medical School.
I apologize, President Coleman. The medical school graduates all of its graduates on May 13th, 2022. Thank you.
Okay. Nevertheless, I have to say on behalf of the Board of Regents of the University of Michigan, congratulations on your graduation, which will happen a bit later. Dean Mark West, School of Law.
On the heels of the Associate Dean from the medical school, the law school will have its graduation next Friday. We're very proud of all of our graduates.
And I give them my greetings on behalf of the Board of Regents of the University of Michigan. Congratulations on your graduation next week. Dean Laurie K. McCauley, School of Dentistry.
Will the candidates for the degrees offered by the faculty of the School of Dentistry please rise? Madam President, on behalf of the faculty of the School of Dentistry, I present the candidates.
On behalf of the Board of Regents of the University of Michigan, congratulations on your graduation, and you may be seated. Interim Dean Bruce Muller, College of Pharmacy.
Madam President, will the candidates for the degrees offered by the faculty of the College of Pharmacy please rise? We are small but mighty. Madam President, on behalf of the faculty of the College of Pharmacy, I present these candidates.
On behalf of the Board of Regents of the University of Michigan, congratulations on your graduation. You may be seated. Dean Michael S. Barr, Gerald R. Ford School of Public Policy.
Will the candidates for the degrees offered by the Gerald R. Ford School of Public Policy please rise if you are able? Madam President, Madam President, on behalf of the faculty of the Gerald R. Ford School of Public Policy, I present the candidates.
On behalf of the Board of Regents of the University of Michigan, congratulations on your graduation, and you may be seated. Dean Alec D. Gallimore, College of Engineering.
Will the candidates for the degrees offered by the faculty of the College of Engineering please rise? Madam President, on behalf of the faculty of the College of Engineering, I present the candidates.
On behalf of the Board of Regents of the University of Michigan, congratulations on your graduation. You may be seated. Dean Elizabeth Beer Moji, School of Education.
Will the candidates for the degrees offered by the faculty of the School of Education please rise? Yeah! Madam President, on behalf of the faculty of the School of Education, I present our candidates.
On behalf of the Board of Regents of the University of Michigan, congratulations on your graduation. You may be seated. Interim Dean Francine LaFontaine, Stephen M. Ross School of Business.
Will the candidates for the degrees offered by the faculty of the Stephen M. Ross School of Business please rise if you can?
On behalf
Madam President, on behalf of the faculty of the Stephen M. Ross School of Business, I present the candidates.
On behalf of the Board of Regents of the University of Michigan, congratulations on your graduation, and you may be seated. Dean Jonathan T. Overpack, School for Environment and Sustainability.
Woohoo! Will the candidates for the degrees offered by the faculty of the School for Environment and Sustainability please rise? Madam President, on behalf of the faculty of the School for Environment and Sustainability, I present the candidates. Woohoo!
On behalf of the Board of Regents of the University of Michigan, congratulations on your graduation, and you may be seated. Associate Dean Kate Fitzpatrick, School of Music, Theater, and Dance.
Will the candidates for the degrees offered by the faculty of the School of Music, Theater, and Dance please rise? Madam President, on behalf of the faculty of the School of Music, Theater, and Dance, I present these amazing candidates.
On behalf of the Board of Regents of the University of Michigan, congratulations on your graduation. You may be seated. Dean Jonathan Massey, A. Alfred Talman School of Architecture and Urban Planning.
Will the candidates for the degrees offered by the Taubman College of Architecture and Urban Planning please rise? Madam President, on behalf of the Taubman College faculty, I present our degree candidates.
On behalf of the Board of Regents of the University of Michigan, congratulations on your graduation. You may be seated. Dean Patricia D. Hearn, School of Engineering. I'm sorry, School of Nursing.
See, even presidents get things wrong
Wait,
sometimes.
I know.
Good morning, Wolverines. Will the candidates for the faculty of the School of Nursing please rise? Madam President, on behalf of the faculty of the School of Nursing, I present these candidates.
Thank you. On behalf of the Board of Regents of the University of Michigan, congratulations on your graduation. You may be seated. Dean F. Dubois Bowman, School of Public Health.
Will the candidates for the degrees offered by the faculty of the School of Public Health please rise? Madam President, on behalf of the faculty of the School of Public Health, I present the candidates.
On behalf of the Board of Regents of the University of Michigan, congratulations on your graduation. You may be seated. Interim Dean Joseph Hemley, School of Social Work.
Will the candidates for the degrees offered by the faculty of the School of Social Work please stand if able? Madam President, on behalf of the faculty of the School of Social Work, I present these candidates.
On behalf of the Board of Regents of the University of Michigan, congratulations on your graduation. You may be seated. Dean Thomas A. Finholt, School of Information.
Will the candidates for the degrees offered by the faculty of the School of Information please rise if able? Madam President, on behalf of the faculty of the School of Information, I present the candidates.
On behalf of the Board of Regents of the University of Michigan, congratulations on your graduation. You may be seated. Dean Gunalan Najarajan, Penny W. Stamps School of Art and Design.
Will the candidates for the degrees offered by the faculty of the Stamps School of Art and Design please rise? Madam President, on behalf of the faculty of the Stamps School of Art and Design, I present the candidates.
On behalf of the Board of Regents of the University of Michigan, congratulations on your graduation. You may be seated. Dean Lori Plout Snyder, School of Kinesiology.
Will the candidates for the degrees offered by the faculty of the School of Kinesiology please rise? Madam President, on behalf of the faculty of the School of Kinesiology, I present the candidates.
On behalf of the Board of Regents of the University of Michigan, congratulations on your graduation. You may be seated. I would also like to recognize candidates for graduate degrees whose degrees are being conferred at other programs. Will these candidates please rise? Congratulations on this achievement. Will all the graduates presented today please rise? Will the regents, the deans, officers, the faculty, and all others on the platform please rise? Will all of the family members and invited guests who share in the recognition of these graduates presented today please rise? I now welcome our graduates to the community of scholars. We look forward to benefiting from the contributions your education has prepared for you to make in the world. To signify your graduation, you may now move your tassel to the left. Congratulations. Yay. And now you may be seated. It is now my pleasure to introduce Ming Xuan Sun from Okemos, Michigan, who will receive 2 degrees today, a Bachelor of Science in Information and a Bachelor of Business Administration. Congratulations, Ming Xuan.
Thank you, President Coleman. It is an incredible day to be in the Big House, and congratulations again to the exceptional class of 2022. My name is Ming Xuan Sun, or some of you might know me as Minnie. So we've been sitting here for almost 2 hours now. We're almost there. And let's be honest, your minds could be anywhere right now, and that's okay. Maybe you're thinking of past regrets, about why you bought those 2 extra drinks last night when you knew you were graduating at 10 in the morning. Or maybe you're thinking about future worries, which we've talked a lot about at this commencement, about life post-graduation. As seniors, how many times have we been asked, what's next? But when's the last time you've been completely grateful for the present? Guess I'm not graduating. For me, there was a simple moment after my senior spring break, riding the train home after a vacation filled with the type of laughter that makes your stomach hurt, the conversations that spark a fire in you, and the feeling of connectedness with others that stays with you long after you're apart. And sitting there, I realized I was finally where I once dreamed to be. Dreams of an eager-eyed freshman who dared hope to find lifelong friends, to learn to love herself a bit more, and to open her mind to new experiences. Dreams that in my darkest moments of self-doubt, I didn't think I had it in me to accomplish. And not all of those dreams have come true, but how grateful I am for the ones that did. You may not be exactly where you thought you'd be now. You may look to the future with uncertainty. But I hope you can appreciate how far you've come and think of some aspect of what you have now that used to only be a faraway goal, not yet your reality. It might be the friends you've made, the one you made in your freshman dorm that you now can't imagine life without. Or perhaps it's the impact you made through campus organizations. Or maybe it's just finally conquering the crippling senioritis to make it here to graduation today. It's great to always be reaching for the next thing, but also appreciate that you once dreamed of obtaining something that you now have. The future brings us many promises through our daydreams and our speculations. Whether they turn into reality is partially up to us and partially up to the whims of the universe. So savor this moment we share now and cherish in your today. The growth of your character, the lives you've impacted, every chapter in your story. And remember this feeling before you set your sights on the bright future ahead of us, before this feeling of togetherness and gratitude turns into nostalgia. Thank you. It is now my privilege to introduce Kathleen Wilson-Thompson, Chair of the Board of Directors of the Alumni Association at the University of Michigan. Forever, go blue.
Good morning, graduates. On behalf of the Alumni Association, I'm pleased to be the first to congratulate you as an official alumni of the University of Michigan. You're joining an amazing group of wildly successful and interesting people, totaling approximately 640,000 alumni across 181 countries. So today, I would simply like to applaud your success at obtaining your various degrees and ask, as you sit there, donning your caps and gowns at the big house, please remember all your big dreams, your big challenges, and of course, your big fun you had when you first came to our amazing campus as bright-eyed freshmen, and let the maize and blue stay forever in your hearts. My only other ask of you is to understand the assignment. Right? All right? You understand the assignment? As the leaders and the best, congratulations. The world is waiting for you and needs you. We all need you. So please continue to dream big and forever go blue. Now please join us in singing the university's alma mater, the Yellow and Blue.
As our ceremony comes to a close, I proudly welcome today's graduates to the University of Michigan alumni family. We know you will forever be to our credit. Congratulations again. Commencement concludes with the singing of the victors. And immediately following the final champions of the West, the platform party will lead the recessional march that officially closes the program. And we ask the graduates and the audience, please remain at your seats as the recession of the platform party is complete. Once again, thank you, and graduates, congratulations.
try to put these on while I put the others away.